ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Next conditions. Next. So we are solving series and parallel combination of resistances. So the effective resistance in different number of models in this case. So how many number of models we will cover, that much perfect you are. So let us say one more problem, one more model. So let us say infinite network it is. Infinite network. So how can we solve? Infinite network. So see here, infinite network means and so on, that is infinite. So let us a point A and it is a point B. How can we calculate the effective resistance between A and B? How can we calculate the effective resistance between A and B? That is important here. So this is infinite network. We don't know how many number of resistances are connected like this. We don't know how many number of resistances are connected like this. We don't know that. That is called infinite network. Then how can we calculate effective resistance in case of this infinite network? In case of this infinite network, how can we calculate? See here, for example, let effective resistance between A and B is X. We don't know that. Just let us assume that effective resistance between A and B is X. That X we have to calculate. Listen. So we are coming from back nunchi. So we can solve this problem from back to front. See here, this is infinite network. Infinite. So we don't know how many branches are like this. We don't know that. So for that purpose, see here what I am considering. Remove from this, apart from all this, I am considering the effective resistance is, let us say, X only. You don't know that. This is infinite. Infinite. How many number of resistances? We don't know. So that's why whatever is the effective resistance between A and B, here also I am considering this X. Let us say this 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 ohms like that, 1 ohm like that. So this is 1 ohm 1 ohm 1 ohm. So this is the infinite network. So from this, let us say, if only here in the work, for example, if the resistances are like this only, up to here only, there is no extension. Now how can we do this? So current comes here and divides like this, here divides like this. So here divides like this means the current here passes through, the same amount of current passes through these branches. Same amount of current passes here. So 1 1 1 are in series, that is 3. This total resistance is 3. Again 3 and 1 are in parallel, that is 3 by 4. Again like that. Later we can do this. So this is the infinite network. Infinite network. So if this is having only certain amount of resistances, we can calculate that. but it is infinite. We don't know how much it is. So that's why instead of all this, just I am considering it is x. From this point onwards we are removing all this infinite network. Instead of that, just I am considering the effective resistance of this part is x. Here x and 1 are in parallel. X and 1 are in parallel. So x and 1 are in parallel means effective resistance. If two resistances are in parallel, what is effective resistance? R1 R2 by R1 plus R2, that is x into 1 by 1 plus x, that is x by 1 plus x. So very clear here it is. Instead of all this, if you remove all that network, infinite network, instead of all this one, I am considering it is just x. Here x and 1 are in parallel because here the current divides. At this junction definitely the current divides. Current divides means these two must be in parallel, that is x by 1 plus x. Here now the circuit is this is 1, this is 1, this is x by 1 plus x, and here also it is x, A and B. So here x and 1 are in parallel, effective resistance is x by 1 plus x. So instead of this, combination of these two gives x by 1 plus x, Now here the current passing from A to B here, there is no division. So that is 1 x by 1 plus x and 1 are in series. Here the current passing from A to B, here it is travelling like this and like this. There is no division of the current because there is no junction. Of course it is the junction, but there is no other way to pass. Only current passes like this. Here 1 comma x by 1 plus x comma 1 are in series. 1 comma x by 1 plus x comma 1 are in series. And effective resistance between A and B is x. So therefore x is equals to, if three resistances are in series, what is effective resistance? R1 plus R2 plus R3, that is 1 plus x by 1 plus x plus 1. Therefore x is equals to 2 plus x by 1 plus x. Effective resistance between A and B is x. That's why it is 1 plus x by 1 plus x plus 1, because these three are in series. Between A and B, effective resistance is 1 x by 1 plus x and 1. So that is also x. That is x is equals to LCM 1 plus x, 2 plus 2x plus x. Cross multiplication, x plus x square is equals to 2 plus 3x. Now x square minus 2x minus 2 is equals to 0. This is the quadratic equation. X square, x minus 3x minus 2x plus 2 comes to this side minus 2. X square minus 2x minus 2 is equals to 0. X square minus 2x minus 2 is equals to 0. This is the quadratic equation. How can you solve this quadratic equation? Roots. X equals to, general formula, minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So x is equals to minus of minus 2 plus or minus 2 whole square, minus 4a is 1, c is minus 2 divided by 2 into a is 1. X is equals to 2 plus or minus under root 4 plus 8 by 2. So x is equals to 2 plus or minus root 12 by 2. So x is equals to 2 plus or minus root 12 can be written as 2 root 3 by 2. So that is 1 plus or minus root 3 x. So that is the effective resistance. X value is, sorry, resistance always positive. Resistance, of course, temperature quotient of resistance is negative, but resistance is not negative. So that's why here X is equals to 1 plus root 3, X is equals to 1 plus 1.732, X is equals to 2.732. 2.732. So that is the effective resistance between A and B. This is in case of infinite network. Infinite network. Infinite network means we don't know how many branches are there like this. We don't know how many branches. And for example, infinite number of branches. That is infinite. So removing all these from this point onwards, apart from this, just I am considering X. What is X? Effective resistance between A and B is X. The same here I am also considering. Same here also I am considering. So this is the way to solve infinite network. So here X and 1 are in parallel. X by 1 plus X. Here 1, X by 1 plus X and 1 are in series. So these are in series. So effective resistance is X. Effective resistance between A and B is X. So and these are in series like this. This is the quadratic equation and this is the roots. X value is 2.732. That is, this is way to solve infinite network. Next. Problem. Like this. So this is A and this is B. Find out the effective resistance between A and B. This is 2 ohms. 2 ohms, 3 ohms, 2, 3, 2, this is 2 and this is 2 and this is 2. So this is the question. Find the effective resistance between A and B. So we are moving from A to B. Moving from A to B like this. So in this situation, so at this position current divides. Current divides here. That means this one and this one must be parallel. This branch and this branch must be parallel because here the current divides. Next again here it is the junction, again current divides here. Again current divides. So that means this branch and this branch also parallel. Where the current divides, those must be parallel. And one more thing is, where the potentials are same, those are also in parallel. So see here the current divides, here the current traveling like this, same amount of current traveling from this position to this position. So here the current divides, this is the point the current divides, from this point onwards, same current passes through this, because there is no junction and there is no division of current here. There is no junction and there is no division of current. So that's why these 2 ohms and 2 ohms are in parallel. Series. 2 ohms, 2 ohms, 2 ohms are in series. So if the 3 resistances are in series, what is the R effective? Effective resistance is R1 plus R2 plus R3. Generally, if number of resistances are in series, effective resistance is R1 plus R2 plus R3. Now here 2 plus 2 plus 2, that is equals to 6 ohms. Instead of this one, this is 6 ohms. Now the diagram becomes like this. Instead of this it is 6. This is 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3 like this. So instead of these 3, 2 ohms, 2 ohms, 2 ohms, those 3 are in series. So effective resistance is 6 ohms. So instead of this it is 6. Here 6 and 3 are in parallel, because here the current divides this branch and this branch must be in parallel. That's why here 6 and 3 are in parallel. So we are moving from back. 6 and 3 are in parallel. 6 and 3 are in parallel. So if two resistances are in parallel, R effective is equals to R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. If two resistances are in parallel, effective resistance is R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. So that is 3 into 6 by 3 plus 6, that is 18 by 9, again 2. So for this total 3 resistances, the effective is 6. So instead of these 3 and 6, instead of 3 and 6, how much we got here? 2. Again the diagram becomes like this. So this is 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2. So instead of these 3 2's, we got 6. From 6 and 3, 3 and 6 are in parallel. So two resistances are in parallel. Effective resistance is 2. So that's why instead of 3 and 6, it must be replaced by 2. Now here the situation again, these 2, 2, 2 are in series. Again 2, 2, 2 are in series here. 2, 2, 2 are in series. Again 2, 2, 2 are in series. So effective resistance is, so 2 plus 2 plus 2, again that is 6. Because same amount of current, there is no junction, there is no division of current. So from this point onwards, same amount of current passes through this. Therefore R effective is equals to 6. Now the system becomes, the circuit becomes like this. So 2, 2, 3 and 6. Instead of these 3 2's, it replaced with 6. Again 3, 6 are in parallel. 3, 6 are in parallel. This is AB. 3, 6 are in parallel. Then effective, R effective can be written as 3 into 6 by 3 plus 6, that is equals to 2. 18 by 9, 2 ohms. So again this system becomes So this is A and this is B. 2 ohms, 2 ohms, 2 ohms. Therefore, R effective between A and B is equals to 2 plus 2 plus 2, that is equals to 6 ohms. Because the current passes like this, same amount of current passes like this, because 2, 2, 2 are in series. 2, 2, 2 are in series. There is no change in current. Or there is no division of current here. That's why these 3 2's are in series. Effective can be 6 ohms. This is the solution. Step by step we can reduce the circuit. So here first these 3 2's, 2, 2, 2. Here these 3 2's are in series, because there is no division of current here. These three 2's are in series. 6. Again these 3 2's are replaced by 6. 3 and 6 are in parallel. If 3 and 6 are in parallel, effective resistance 2. Again in place of this is 2. Again 2, 2, 2 are in series. 6. Again 6 and 3 are in parallel. Again instead of 3 and 6, it replaced with 2. Effective is 6 ohms. So that is a very important thing, is where the current divides, that is the where the current divides, that is parallel combination. Very important. So if the same current passes through the resistances, all those are in series. If the current does not divide, series combination. If the current divides, parallel combination. In case of potentials, if same amount of potential exists, those two are in parallel. If the potential changes from position to position, those are in series. So major two conditions, current and potential. While calculating the effective resistances, this is very important thing, whether we can use current or potential. If the current divides, parallel combination. Current does not divide, series combination. If the current divides, that is parallel combination. If the current does not divide, that is series combination. And one more thing, if the potential remains same between 2 points, whatever it is, if the potential remains same, those two must be in parallel combination. If the potential changes from position to position, those are in series. So that's very, very important thing. These 2 points are important. Now, so here the very important thing is, one more thing is, let us say it is the point A and here the resistance is a point B. For example, here let us say potential at the point A is V1, potential at the point B is V2. So if here is the resistance, V1 does not equal to V2. Because of existence of the resistance, definitely certain amount of potential must be dropped. That means V1 does not equal to V2. So definitely V1 must be greater than V2 or V2 must be greater than V1. If V1 is greater than V2, current flows from A to B. If V2 is greater than V1, current flows from B to A. So that is the important thing. If the existence of the resistance, V1 does not equal to V2. So for example, there is no this V1 and V2, it's A, B. If there is no resistance exists, so just it is a wire. Here V1 is equals to V2, because there is no potential drop. Across these 2 points. So that's why V1 is equals to V2. If it is a uniform wire, potential never be changes. Of course, here it creates uniform electric field, then also potential constant. If it is a variable electric field, so generally we have different situation. V is equals to minus integral of EDR, that is different. So relation between electric field and potential, that is variable. So in case of constant electric field, potential E is equals to V by D. So that is. But in case of resistance, potential never be equal. Potential must be changes. See here, let us do examples based on this. like this. How can you find out the effective resistance here between A and B? How can we find out the effective resistance between the points A and B? Let us say, so equal resistances R. Or we can take any values, whatever it is. So just a general method, how can you find out the effective resistance between A and B? So maybe these are and these are this. What are the parallel combination and what are the series combinations here? What are the parallel combinations and what are the series combinations here? How can you identify that? See here, let us say A is at the high potential and B is at the low potential. A is at the high potential and B is at the low potential. Let us say the potential at the point A is V and potential at the point B is let us say 0. Potential at the point A is V and potential at the point B is 0, let us say. Here from this position to this position, is there any change? So that means there is no resistance here. Here also the potential is V. From A to the point this position, there is no resistance. So potential is V. And here from this position to this position also no resistance. That's why potential is V. From here to here potential is V because there is no resistance. From here to here also no resistance. So potential is V. And here to here having certain resistance. Let us say the potential at this point is X. Potential at that point is X. So next here is a resistance. So that's why current flows from this position to this position. That is the scenario here. First of all, this is the point A and this is the point B. Just here from point, if we are moving like this, from this position to this position, no resistance, potential is V. From this position to this position, no resistance, potential is V. Again, we are moving from this position to this position, we have resistance. That's why potential decreases. Here resistances. So that's why potential must be changed. So let us say I am considering this is the point A and this is the point B. In middle, this is the point X point. What is the resistance between A and B? This is A and this is B. What is the resistance between A and B? The resistance between A and B is nothing but R. The resistance between, this is point A. If you are moving like this, the extreme resistance between A and B is only R. What is the resistance between X and B? Resistance between X and B is also R. Resistance between X and B is R. Next, what is the resistance between A and X? A is at potential A. This is at potential V. The point A is at potential V. So this point is also at potential V and this point is also at potential V. These 2 points are at the same potential and connected to this point. See here. These 2 points are at the same potential and connected to this point. If 2 points are at the same potential, those two must be in parallel. So between A and X, we have 2 resistances. Those are in parallel. This is R and this is R. This is the simplified circuit. So very important here to know this. We are moving from A to B like this. So A is at the potential V. Moving from A to this position, here there is no resistance. That's why there is no potential drop. So same potential. From here to here also, no resistance. That's why potential is same. But from this position to this position, there exists resistance. So that's why potential must be changes. Next, so this is the middle point. From this point to this point, this point to this point, this point to this point. Here resistances exist. Due to the existence of the resistances, potential must be changes. So that means from here to here, and here to here. These 2 points are at the same potential and connected to the same point. That's why these two are in parallel. If the 2 points are at the same potential, those must be in parallel. So see here, R and R are in parallel. Next, between X and B, the resistance is R. Between these 2 points, the resistance is R. Now simplify this circuit. Here R and R are in parallel. If R and R are in parallel, effective resistance, R effective, general formula, R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. So R into R divided by R plus R. So that is R by 2. R by 2. So this is R by 2. A X and suppose next it is R. It is B. Next it is R. Here R by 2 R by 2 and R are in series because different potentials. If A and B are at the same potential, then R by 2 and R are in parallel, but different potentials, A, X, B. So here R by 2 comma R are in series. R by 2 comma R are in series because here there is a different potential. If it is all the same potential, so there is parallel, but it is different potential. That's why series. So here R by 2 plus R, how much? 3R by 2. So again the condition is, this is A and this is B. This is 3R by 2 and R. So 3R by 2 and R are in parallel. 3R by 2 and R are in parallel. Therefore, so R effective between A and B is equals to 3R by 2 into R divided by 3R by 2 plus R. So 3R square by 2 divided by 5R by 2. 2, 3, 5R by 2. 2 gets cancelled, R gets cancelled. So that is 3R by 5. That is the effective resistance. This is the original circuit and this is the simplified one, and you have to calculate. Here R are in parallel. Effective is R by 2. Next R by 2 R are in series. Next 3R by 2 and R are in parallel. Next. ఇంకా 10 minutes ఉందా? ఒకసారి ప్రాబ్లం. సో నెక్స్ట్ ప్రాబ్లం, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ So this is the circuit. Now we can find out the effective resistance between A and B. Now we can find out the effective resistance between A and B. So that is important here. So what is the symbol means? What is this symbol means? What is the meaning of this symbol? So that is there is no relay, there is no connection between this line and this line. So the symbol means there is no connection between this line and this line. That is important here. So how can we solve this one? So that means this symbol indicates this line and this line does not touched. So that means there is no touching between those two lines. So this is A and this is B, and all are equal resistances here. So like this. Now how can you calculate the effective resistance between A and B? So which resistance is series and which resistance is parallel, we don't know anything here. Which one is series and which one is parallel, we don't know. So then how can we calculate this? See here. So by using potential, this is A. So let us say at the point A the potential is V, and at the point B the potential is 0, let us say. So current flows from high potential to low potential. Definitely the current flows from high potential to low potential. That's why at the point A the potential is V, and at the point B the potential is 0. So here this is the line here. So this is the line here. There is no resistance here. There is no resistance. There is no resistance means here also the potential is V. If there is no resistance, the potential must be same. Here the point A potential is V. So here there is no resistance. That's why here also the potential is V. And here the point, what is the potential we are considering? Just we are considering what is the potential at B? 0. So here also the potential is 0. Here also the potential is 0 because there is no resistance. There is no potential drop. So see here. Now the condition is, so this is between A V20 and this is V20 and this is V20 and this is V20. All the lines between same potential differences. All the lines between same potential differences. See here, this is point A and this is point B. Here what is the potential? V. What is the potential? 0. So these two, how these two resistances? Series. Next, this is V and this is 0. How these two resistances? Series. Next, here V and it is 0. These two resistances? Series. Next, it is two resistances R and R. Series. So see here, again if you redraw this circuit, this is point A and this is point B. Point A is at potential V. Point B is at 0 potential. So here, so these are the two resistances. Next, point A to 0 again, these two are like this. From here to here, point A 0 potential, point B 0 potential. This is V, potential V 0, V 0. That means these two must be in parallel. If two lines are at the same potential difference, those two must be parallel. See here, this is V 0, this is V 0. These two lines exist at the same potential difference. That's why those two are in parallel. Next, here it is V, here also it is V. These two. So again, like this. Because these two also V0 and it is also V0. That is the simplified circuit. So point A I am considering at potential V, point B we are considering at potential 0. High potential, low potential. Here there is no resistance, so this point is also at the same potential. And here also no resistance, this point also at the same potential, V0 and V0, where any situation, if two conditions are at the same potential difference, those must be in parallel. See here, this is V20 and this is V20, that's why this line and this line both are in parallel. Next, here it is, this is point A, here also it is also point A, because there is no potential difference. If this is point A means it is also the point A. because there is no potential drop here. So that's why here two potentials between V and 0, here also two resistance between V and 0, two resistances between V and 0, V and 0, that means all must be in parallel, because potential here and here is same, potential here and here is same, so all the conditions must be in parallel. So this is R, so 2R, 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 2R. So total the situation is A, B, two R, 2R, 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 2R total. So R effective. If number of equal resistances are in parallel, if the number of equal resistances are in parallel, then R effective is equals to R by N. So that is 2R by 4. So that is R by 2. Effective resistance between A and B is R by 2. Effective resistance between A and B is R by 2. So this is the situation. If this is at potential, same potential difference, and this is at same potential difference, and this line is at same potential difference, and this is at same potential difference. That's why all must be in parallel. All must be in parallel. That is important here. Here we are not considering the currents, potential method. So this is at high potential, low potential. There is no resistance here. So that's why here also the potential is same. This potential I am considering 0, and here also 0, because no resistance here. So that's why based on that potential we calculated this.